So, I am PSS Shastri, teaching mathematics now from Aditya Junior College, Kakinada. I am going to explain the circle chapter from second year. First, you must have what is a circle. Already in the first year locus chapter, we are given the locus definition followed by one example, that is circle example. It is a locus of a point in a plane which are at a equidistant from a fixed point is defined as a circle. There we are just given in a single point for the example for the chapter of locus, but now we have a separate chapter circles in the second year. So, we will go through the definition. First, circles. The locus of set of points in a plane which are at a given distance from a given point is defined as circle. So, I highlighted this by underlining these three things: given distance, given point and circle, because it is the definition of a circle, it is identified. And also these two, given distance and given point, should be given for finding the circle. These are the two standard components for the circle. Now, fixed point, say C, given distance, say some 4 units. How many points at a distance of 4 units from C? Not a single point. There are infinitely many points on the plane. By joining all those points, yes, we are getting the circle. This fixed point is defined as fixed point is given point. Whatever fixed point is called center. Fixed distance is called radius. Fixed distance is called radius. Fixed distance, the center and radius. Again, these two are important points for the circle equation, circle chapter. Center and radius. Without knowing the center and radius, not possible to calculate the circle equation. That is why you can call them as a standard component. For the finding the circle, how many standard components we have? 2 standard components, center and as well as radius. By knowing the center, without having the fixed radius, there are infinitely many circles like this with the center with a different radii. And also only radius is known, radius given as we will find the circles with different answer, you will get infinitely many circles. That is why for getting a unique circle, we must have given center, given fixed point and given distance, this is r. So, by knowing these two, we will get a fixed circle only. Suppose in case of radius of a circle is 1, then the circle is called unit circle. The circle is called circle is called unit circle. And suppose if radius is equal to 0, then the circle is called point circle. The circle is called point circle. Circle is called, these are the two standard, r is equal to 1 unit circle, r is equal to 0 point circle. Now, we are going to prove the formula for the equation of a circle when radius and center are given. So, theorem number 1, fundamental theorem. Theorem number 1. Find equation of circle having center at x1 y1 and radius smaller. Radius smaller, two standard, just already told, two standard components must be given for finding the unique circle. So, we will draw the circle. Already just in the definition of a circle, we got the shape of the circle. This is the shape of the circle. So, center is here. Center you can take it as a x1 y1 and consider P is a point on the circle, general point on the circle. So, joining these two, already according to the definition, this will be the radius of the circle given as in the statement of the theorem is small r. That is, the distance between the center C x1 y1 and a point on the circle P x comma y is equal to radius. That in terms of the letters you can represent like this, Cp is equal to r, squaring on both sides, Cp square is equal to r square. What is a Cp square? Distance between 2 points, x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. X minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. This is the circle equation having center given as x1 y1 and radius small r. Expansion of this you will get x square plus y square minus 2x x1 minus 2y y1 plus x1 square plus y1 square minus r square is equal to 0. That is, it contains second degree terms x square y square as well as the linear degree terms x y and also x1 square plus y1 square r square, all the three are given values as a center and r, therefore, this is a constant. So, circle equation contains x second degree terms, first degree terms as well as constant. So, you can call is a second degree equation in x and y, but second degree equation means it may contain x y also. It may contain x y quotient also, but we should not have x y term in the circle equation basing on this explanation. So, therefore, by considering this equation, we can guess, we can get the general equation of this circle, that is x square plus y square second degree terms plus linear degree terms 2gx plus 2fy plus all the three can be represented by a single letter constant c is equal to 0. So, this is the general equation of the circle. Just you have proved the circle with the center at x1 y1 and radius r is x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. Suppose in particular the center of the circle is 0 0. Center of the circle is 0 0 and using the x1 y1 values here we get the circle equation is x square plus y square is equal to r square. X square plus y square is equal to r square. So, this is the equation of the circle having center at 0 0 and radius small r. This you can also called as a simple circle. Second degree equation in x and y. Second degree equation x and y is a equation of the circle. Now, we are observe one point here. Whenever, so x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. It can be expressed in the form of x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2Fy plus C is equal to 0. Plus C is equal to 0. But this is a circle, it can be expressed in this form, but the converse is not true. Every equation of this form may or may not represent a real circle. So, we have to get the conditions that this type of second degree equations represent a circle. For that, we have a theorem. Theorem number 2, already theorem 1 we explained. Now, theorem number 2. This is, what is the second degree equation in x and y? That is ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Already just I told second degree equation means it should contain second degree terms. First 3 are second degree terms, next 2 are linear degree terms and constant. Now, we are this represents a circle. Represents a circle if and only if number 1 a is equal to b not equal to 0, not equal to 0, 2 h is equal to 0, 3 g square plus f square minus ac greater than or equal to 0. So, this now get the condition. This second degree equation not always represents a circle, only if these conditions are satisfied. A is equal to b, it should be h is equal to 0, already got in the standard form, we are not having an xy term, and g square plus f square minus ac greater than or equal to 0. What is the meaning of if and only if? If and only if both ways it is true. Both ways it is true means if this represents a circle, we have to prove these 3 conditions. Suppose the equation is given with the help of these 3 conditions, now we have to prove this represents a circle equation, and both ways you have to prove. Case 1. Case 1. We will consider the given second degree equation ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Now, we will consider this represents a circle. We will consider represents a circle. Represents a circle. Because it is a circle according to the previous definition and the theorem, it should have a center and it should have a radius. So, center can be taken as x1 y1 and radius r. Radius is r. Basing on the theorem, we just have proved x1 y1 center on r radius is equation of the circle is x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. On simplification of this, we will get x square plus y square minus 2x x1 minus 2y y1 plus x1 square plus y1 square minus r square is equal to 0. This mark as a equation 2. We have taken that this is a circle having center at x1 y1 and radius r, but according to the formula we have the circle having center at x1 y1 and radius r is this after explanation of this figure. Now, we can say 1 and 2 represents same equation, 1 and 2 represents same circle. So, now we should not directly equate the quotients, we should not equate directly the quotients, because just observe the one example, x plus y plus 4 is equal to 0, 2x plus 2y plus 8 is equal to 0. You can observe these two represents the same equation of straight line. Just by cancelling 2 here in this equation you will get the same equation, but the quotients are not equal. Quotients are not equal. What we can say, the quotients are in the same ratio. Observe 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 4 by 8, all the 3 are equal. That is why some of the students having a confusion in this. Whenever 2 equations are same, then we should not equate directly the quotients. Only we have to compare, and therefore we can say similar quotients are in the same ratio. Similar quotients are in the same ratio. What is meant by similar quotients? X square quotient is A. Here x square quotient is 1. So, A by 1. Similarly, y square quotient here B. Here y square quotient is 1. What is xy quotient? 2h. Here there is no xy term 0. Come on. Next, what is x term? X quotient is 2g. By what is x quotient here? Minus 2x1 is equal to, what is the y quotient? 2f minus 2y1. What about the constant in this? C only, whereas the constant in the second equation is x1 square plus y1 square minus r square. Minus r square. From these two we will get A is equal to B, which is the condition 1, h is equal to 0, condition 2. Now, we are going to get the third condition. So, from these two, what is x1? Observe, equate A by 1 is equal to 2g by 2x1, 2 gets cancelled. From that, what is x1? Minus g by A. What is y1 according to the same? Minus f by b. And x1 square plus y1 square minus r square is equal to c by A. x1 square plus y1 square minus r square is equal to c by A. Now, using x1 here, g square by a square plus f square by b square f square by b square minus r square is equal to c by A. From this, r square is equal to g square plus f square minus c by minus ac by a square. R square means r is a radius of the circle, it is a real value, r square is also real value, r square of a real value is always positive or maybe 0. Therefore, this can be greater than or equal to 0, which is the condition 3. Just listen again. This you have taken the part 1 or case 1. This represents a circle. Now, you have to prove 3 conditions, that is A is equal to B, h is equal to 0 and g square plus f square minus ac greater than or equal to 0. For that, first case you have taken, this is a circle equation. So, whenever circle equation it must have a center and radius. So, center is x1 y1, radius r. Therefore, equation of the circle from the previous theorem, x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. After expansion of this, you will get this one. Now, we have taken, this is a circle with the center x1 y1 and r radius, but the circle having center x1 y1 and radius r is this. So, these two represent same equation of a circle. Therefore, their similar quotients are in the same ratio. So, that is why I compared all the x square, y square, xy and constant. By taking these two, we get A is equal to B and h is equal to 0. These are the two conditions given in the statement of the theorem. Now, for getting the third condition, for comparing this, A by 1 is equal to minus g by x1. What is x1? Minus g by A, y1 minus f by b. Sorry. F by A, because already proved A is equal to B, and that is why B can be taken as A. So, using these values, so and the third one, x1 square plus y1 square minus r square is equal to C by A. Therefore, using x1 g square by a square, y1 f square by a square minus r square is equal to C by A. Therefore, r square is equal to g square plus f square minus ac by a square. Square of a real number is always greater than or equal to 0. Therefore, g square plus f square minus ac greater than or equal to 0 is the third condition. So, now we will take second part. What is the second part? So, consider second degree equation given ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0, equation 1. Now, we have to prove this equation represents a circle only when these three conditions are satisfied. A is equal to b, h is equal to 0, g square plus f square minus ac greater than or equal to 0. So, now we will consider these three. In the previous case, you have taken this is a circle, you have proved these three conditions. Now, in the converse, we have to take these three conditions are satisfied. These three conditions are satisfied. Now, we have to prove the second degree equation in x and y represents a circle using 1 and 2 conditions in second degree equation, using the 1 and 2 in 1. Then what you will get? Ax square plus ay square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Here, just within brackets you have to take a is equal to b, both are not equal to 0. Now, here you have to divide by a. So, this is a fundamental point. This is a fundamental point. Whenever you want to divide any equation by a constant or by a letter, we should observe, is it different from 0? Is it a different from 0 or not? Because according to the condition a not equal to 0, yes, we can able to divide by a. What is the reason? When it is 0, can it possible? If it is 0, it is not possible to divide with 0. Divide with 0. If such case is there, then you will get absurd results. What is the reason? When it is 0, not divided by a. Observe. In general, while solving the equation 3x is equal to 6, generally most of the students and I also put x is equal to 2. Put x is equal to 2, but actual systematic mathematical procedure is multiplying on both sides with multiplicative inverse of 3. Multiplicative inverse of 3. What is the multiplicative inverse of 3? 1 by 3. So, multiply with 1 by 3 on both sides. 1 by 3 on both sides. Here 3 gets cancelled, here through 2 times gets cancelled. Yes, we got x is equal to 2. In the same manner, whenever you want to cancel 0, you have to multiply with its multiplicative inverse. What is the multiplicative inverse of 0? That is 1 by 0, which is not defined. Which is not defined. This is a fundamental important point. Any equation, while before dividing with any number or letter, we must observe it is a different from 0 or not. If it is a different from 0, then only we can divide. That is why here a not equal to 0, that is, yes, there is a chance of dividing with a. So, it can be written as then x square plus y square plus 2g by a x plus 2f by a y plus c by a is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Now, by taking x square plus 2g by a, perfect square method. X square plus 2ga means what is the quotient of x? 2g by a. 2g by a, make it half. Make it half means multiply it 1 by 2. So, 2 gets cancelled. What will you get? G by a. Therefore, it can be written as x plus g by a whole square. But making of square of this x square plus 2g x by a plus g square by a square, we are getting 3 terms only, we have a 2 terms here. The third one we have to adjust as minus g square by a square. Similarly, second one, f square and this same concept, y plus f by a whole square minus f square by a square plus c by a is equal to 0. Therefore, it can be further. It can be further. it can be further written as x plus g by a whole square plus y plus f by a whole square is equal to g square plus f square minus ac by a square. It can be written as root over g square plus f square minus ac by a modulus a whole square. So, when it is defined, the value under the square root defined only if the value under the square root must be positive only or 0. That is why using the third condition g square plus f square minus ac, definitely this root yes g square plus f square minus a is defined, and we are able to express by using all the three conditions, we express this in this form. Yes, it is very clear, already I have done theorem 1, it is in the form of x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. Therefore, this represents a circle when all the three conditions are satisfied. So, therefore, if and only if, implies and implied both having the same meaning, both ways you have to prove. This represents a circle only if all the three conditions are satisfied. If all the three conditions are satisfied, that is a circle equation. Okay, now theorem is completed. Now, basing from the theorem, we got an important point. Ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Yes, if this is represents a circle and we express according to the theorem, just we have proved, it can be expressed as x plus g by a whole square plus y plus f by a whole square is equal to root over g square plus f square minus ac by a whole square. Comparing with the standard equation, x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square. Comparing with what is the center for the circle, already x1 y1 is minus g by a minus f by a, and what is the radius, r is equal to root over g square plus f square minus c by modulus a. Why I am putting modulus a? Because radius is always positive, and also some of the students got doubt, root of g square plus f square minus c, plus or minus chance is there, but while if you observe the function chapter from the first year, the range of root x is closer 0 to infinity only, closer 0 to infinity. That is why you will not get negative values here. So, from this ax square and h is 0, it is eliminated, ax square plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0, and center for the circle is minus g by a minus f by a, and radius for the circle is g square plus f square minus ca by modulus ca. Now, already given the general equation of this circle, that is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Just you have written according to that what is a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. Therefore, center becomes minus g comma minus f, radius root over g square plus f square minus c, root over g square plus f square minus c. So, this is in general every theorem, every concept, every formula basing on this standard equation only, that is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. While doing the problem, whenever any quotient for x square y square, according to the statement we must have a is equal to b. Therefore, a is equal to b means suppose 3x square plus 3y square is something given, then Before starting the problem, we must make equal x square and y square quotient equal to 1. So, divide by 3 and making x square quotients equal to 1, then only you can apply these principles. So, therefore, we are not going to apply by taking a x square plus a y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. We will apply by taking a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1 only. This is center and this is radius formula. Now, some important points, different forms of the circle equation. Just what is the general equation of the circle? General equation of the circle is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Plus c is equal to 0. Different forms. Observe the number 1. Suppose circle passes through 0, 0. Circle passes through 0, 0 means we must replace x 0, y 0, x 0, y 0. This implies what we will get? C is equal to 0. Basing on this, what is the general equation of the circle passing through origin? X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy is equal to 0. Number of students a bit confusing between these two, just I am giving you. Already we proved when the circle having center at 0, 0 is x square plus y square is equal to r square, whereas circle passing through origin is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy is equal to 0. We must make a note, that is either it passes through given or center given. If the center is given, x square plus y square is equal to r square, and passing through origin means x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy is equal to 0. Now, second one, suppose center. What is the center of the circle? Just they have given minus g minus f. These are the particular cases. Lies on x axis. We know very well, for any point on x axis y coordinate is 0. Any point on x axis y coordinate is 0. This implies what you can say, f is equal to 0. F is equal to 0. Using this f is equal to 0, what do we get? X square plus y square plus 2gx plus c is equal to 0. In the similar conditions, number 3, center minus g minus f lies on y axis. Center minus g minus f lies on y axis. On y axis means implies what you can say, for every point on y axis x coordinate is 0, that is f is x is 0, that is g is equal to 0. G is equal to 0. Therefore, the circle equation becomes x square plus y square plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. Okay. Now, number 4, fourth one. Center x1 y1 and radius 0, you can say point circle. Then what is the equation of the circle? X minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square is equal to r square in the theorem, but r is equal to 0. After expansion of this, x square plus y square minus 2x x1 minus 2y y1 plus x1 square plus y1 square is equal to 0. If you make a point for this in objective problems, you can use directly this as a formula. When center is given, suppose center 2 comma 3 given, what is the point circle? X square plus y square, make it double, minus 4x minus 6y plus sum of the squares, 4 plus 9, 13 is equal to 0. This is point circle. Okay. Now, the fifth one. There are circles having same center with a different radii. This is a circle, center here. This is the radius. Another circle can be drawn with the same center and different radii. These type of circles are called concentric circles. Circles having same center with a different radii are called concentric circles. Concentric circles. Observe. So, what is the general equation of the circle? What is the general equation of the circle? X square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equal to 0. That is, this is a circle center. Now, I am going to write down the circle concentric with the circle. Just to explain, what are the concentric circles? Circles having same center with a different radii. With a different radii. What is the center of the circle? Minus g minus f. Minus g minus f. Therefore, for the concentric circle also center is minus g minus f only. Therefore, while writing this concentric circle means we should not have no change in x and y terms, because the center of the circle depends upon x quotient and y quotient. No change in x 2gx plus 2fy plus some constant k is equal to 0. Plus some constant k is equal to 0. Therefore, this is the important formula. The circle concentric with x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2f plus c is equal to 0 is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2f plus k is equal to 0. If you observe closely, while writing the concentric circle, no need of changing x square, x, y terms, only the constant. And one more condition will be given. According to that, we will get the, we can able to get the constant k. Now, I am going to prove another theorem for the circle with different condition. Now, find the equation of circle. Find the equation of circle having x1 y1 x2 y2 at the ends of a diameter. At the ends of a diameter. Ends of a diameter. Now, observe a circle. Diameter means it is a line segment through center of the circle. A, we can take it as a x1 y1, B x2 y2, and we will consider a general point P x comma y on the circumference of the circle having AB as a diameter. So, now we know very well angle in a semicircle is a 90 degrees. Angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. Therefore, this is right angle. In a right angle triangle, sum of the squares of the two sides is equal to square of the hypotenuse. So, PA square plus PB square is equal to AB square. What is the PA square? Distance between 2 points, x minus x1 whole square plus y minus y1 whole square plus x minus x2 whole square plus y minus y2 whole square is equal to x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. On simplification of this, we get, on simplification of this, we will get x square plus y square minus of x1 plus x2 into x minus of y1 plus y2 into y plus x1 x2 plus y1 y2 is equal to 0, is equal to 0. That is angle APB is 90, therefore, sum of the squares PA square plus PB square is equal to AB square. Now, this same theorem can be proved in two other different ways also. Observe, the second method is already in the first I told the standard components for the circular center and radius. Center and radius, because it is a diameter, center will be the midpoint of AB. So, midpoint of AB, C can be calculated. C can be calculated as for now x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. By knowing the center, the distance from the center to any point of the circle is radius. So, radius is CA. after calculating the radius and center. So, after knowing the center and radius, you can able to calculate the circle equation. This is second method. Now, the third method is which is easy comparing with remaining two, that is angle APB is 90, angle APB 90 degrees. Therefore, product of the slopes, slope of AP into slope of PB is equal to minus 1. What is slope of AB? Y minus y1 by x minus x1 into y minus y2 by x minus x2 is equal to minus 1. So, it can be written as x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 is equal to 0. Yes, this is easy method out of the three. Circle having x1 y1 and x2 by 2 at the endpoints of a diameter is x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 is equal to 0.